Welcome, Teletexters. We're back for part 4 of the Steam game Teletext. Now, I have gone back and basically cleared my cookies so I can start all over again. Here, I'll have to basically play back to where I was. And, well, in the meantime, there's one thing that we can do with the pasta, I do believe, and the password is 8 AM. So here he is, he's back again. Hello, Pasta, I've missed you, my old nemesis. There is an achievement that we still have to find, a minor sin. Let me just check 1 second here. By clearing the cookies, has it... No, I've still unlocked 8 of the 11 achievements, so that means I can go back here and find the remaining achievements. So, what in the world could this be? We have to unlock a minor sin. What is a minor sin? That was the clue, wasn't it? I think, on one of the achievements. It was a hidden one. We accidentally unhid it and found out that it was a minor sin. I didn't eat my Quaker oats. I don't think it's something to do with that. We'll come back to that. I need to think of what that could be. But in the meantime, there's still the tarot game, isn't there? I was playing through the game thinking we'd eventually get the clue to unlocking the tarot, but all along I was missing something, because the scroll wheel is used at some point in the game. Oh, we've got a hint as well, but this is what we do. We have to use the scroll wheel to scroll it down to the correct date, and there we go! 22nd of August 1995. Begin. Oh, that was a nice little piece of chiptune music. Yeah, it reminded me of Dr. Mario on the Game Boy, just a little bit. Or something on the NES, but I need my future foretold. You may have your future foretold. Have you a code? I do have a code, and it happens to be 2T C3, if you remember that from the first part. Oh! Isn't that the box art? Yeah, well. Let's play some tarot. Did you hear that? Did you ever get those little handheld brick-dropping games that were like Game Boys but LCD? It was a rip-off of Tetris, basically, where you had to drop the bricks into gaps and stuff, but that's what that reminds me of. Now, we've got Wheel of Fortune, the Lovers, the Devil, and the Handyman? The Something Man. We'll go with the Devil. You free yourself from thinking about the dates. The past is irrelevant, the future is coming. Does this have relevance to the game itself, I wonder? The future is coming. Wheel of Fortune. Whether or not you have been dealt a good hand, you can succeed. Luck doesn't solve all your problems, even if it may at times help. True enough. The Lovers. You are told that a partner is all you can ask for in rough times. And the Hanged Man. Goodness me, I'm having flashbacks to the Amstrad CPC here, with the first ever game for the Amstrad, Word Hang. Oh dear. It's frightening to think of. Anyway, you are always there, but your overthinking led you here. So that's our deck, and I assume that's our future. Uncanny, really. Yeah, because this Wheel of Fortune is closely related to the difficult times we've been having with this game. Look at that, I can make it wobble. Oh! Yeah, the difficult times we've been having with this game, and the fact we had to clear the cookies to get back here. And the Lovers... Yep, everybody out there, ladies and gentlemen. We can do it again. Yeah, headbanging, the headbanging close button. Yeah, I guess in this situation, the Lovers are the people watching this. Well, the other half of this relationship, I'm talking, you're watching. In that sense, you understand? Totally platonic, yes. And the Devil, you free yourself from thinking about the dates. The past is irrelevant, the future is coming. Yeah, hopefully in the future I can complete this game. And finally, the Hanged Man. You were always there, but your overthinking led you here. I've done quite a bit of overthinking on this game, and a lot of stuff has been edited out. You haven't seen that, but if we look at how long I've spent on this game on Steam, it says 8.4 hours, and you've seen, what, 3/4 of an hour of that. So yes, scarily relevant, scarily relevant. So thank you, Mr. Merchant. Already done. Code can't be used again. Can it? Can it not? Is that it? That's definitely Dr. Mario. Must need a hint. Let's just double check whether this works again. Used. Oh, it's already been used. You only get it once. What a shame. Oh, but at least we got to experience that. And what an experience it was! Now what we have to do is make the software updater go back to maximum to 100%, and we can move on to the next part of the game. But what about the pastor? What about him? Confess your sins! I played this game. I think that's a major sin. Yeah, that's not a minor sin, is it? I ate the last biscuit in the pack. No, it won't fit. Ah. We might have to come back to this and reactivate the pasta at a later date. But for now, I think I want to continue from where we left off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play forward. And I'm not sure how to advance. I'm still not sure how to advance the software updater. I guess you have to do a few things, but yeah, I'll be back in a bit. As I play back through this again, I'm realizing how much code has gone into making this what it is. I've no idea how much of the game we still have to play, but there's been quite a lot of content already. It's one of those games where you have to go away. It's one of those games where you have to go away and let it all cogitate in your head. I don't know, let it all filter through. So we got the code there, which is 8 AM. Ahaha! Update completed. Cool. Oh, I caught it out then. It was check. I must have clicked too quickly. Oh! Oh, that was new. He made a funny noise when he died. Ugh. And that doesn't work anymore, that button. Go back to the webcam test station. There you go, did you hear that? It frightened me again. I knew it was coming and it frightened me. This brilliant, that. Okay, dudes, so this is where we were last time. The pastor, he's back again. Click on him. He actually says, confess your sins, but it's in glyphs. And there we go. Not so fast. I wonder what it takes to actually come out of the box, because, yeah, like I mentioned last time, your cursor is restricted at this part. Why does he never click cancel? Is it just to make you think that he's going to click cancel and then... Does he die before he can click it? And what is it actually that helps you to break out from the box? Oh, there we go. Confirm. And I believe Control H is what we have to do next. Hey! Select backup file. What could be the backup file? Let's try BKP2. No! Oh man, I felt certain that was it. What about BKP1? No. Oh! Are we going to take this hint? I think we're going to have to take this hint. Try to check the game files. Well, I'm glad we took that hint, because that's not something I would have thought to do. It may seem like I gave up very easily there, but I'm not messing around this time. We got stuck for ages on this part, and I just want to advance to the next part of the game. In any case, I never would have thought of checking the game's files. It's literally telling us to check the game's files, so let's open this up here. Okay, so these are the game files here. Try to check the game files, it says. So what have we got? Data. I don't think it's anything to do with that. I don't know what all that is. Modules. Huh. So it's quite invasive, this game, isn't it? I mean, it's already wanted to see what I look like, and now I have to mess around with its files. I thought that said high score then, but I was getting CX core and high GUI mixed up. Teletext.dat. Don't think it's anything to do with... Look at that. BK FSEX 300. That's the name of the font file, is it? Oh, they've actually got some real teletext fonts here. But yeah, we can rule those out. We can rule all those out, I think. So it's one of these. And looking here, it's got to be the backup file, hasn't it? It's got to be that we've got to change. Because if you remember on the Steam homepage, it actually says that you've got to do some IT stuff. And maybe this is it. bkp2.tlt. Is that it? Is that what you do? Let's go back to the game. bkp2. Hey! That's brilliant, right. Bamba test is here now. Hey, remember this? We did it before. Is this the end of the game, by the way? Is this the actual final screen of the game? The final boss is this guy, this rip-off of Bamba Boozler. Question 1. Well, I know the answers now, because we did this last time. PlayStation, ORB, 13, any of them. What an idiot. So who's saying that, what an idiot? Is it this guy, the presenter? He hates Chester and ORB. Is he default? Is he deaf? The law continues. Swindler. Am I the swindler? Anyway, success continuation. And that is the actual end of the game. That appears to be all the content from the game itself. But do we have all of these achievements? I've unlocked 10 of 11. There's one hidden achievement remaining, and we're going to take the clue for it. Here we go. Click to show spoiler. Admit to a lesser sin. Yeah, so that's the only thing we have to do, and that is the most obscure of the 11 achievements so far. So, I'm disappointed with myself. The final thing to do in the game, and I just flicked out of it with a hint, but oh well, there you go. Sorry about that, guys. If I had gone away and thought about it, like I was talking about earlier, I probably would have stumbled upon the correct solution, eventually. But well, them's the bricks, you see, them's the bricks. Now you've seen all of my secret files on my computer. We're going to go back into here and are we going to grind? We're going to grind and get these 16% achievements. The final remaining achievement, we're going to get 100%. And this might be the first time I've 100%ed a game. Okay, Pester. The final showdown of the game. What are your secrets? I have a secret. You are a virus. Oh, what could it be? Let's have a look at these saved submissions. Is it anything to do with these? What about gluttony, lying, abuse? Oh, what's that? Why am I getting the... Is that a clue? I stole some groceries. I cheated on my wife. But it only appears in this part of the screen that I can't click. But we have a few things to try. Cheated, stole, abuse, drinking, stole, gluttony, and this video is demonetized. Well, don't worry, it's never going to be monetized. So what do we have? We've got cheated, gluttony. I cheated at this game. Is that a major sin? I think that's a major sin. So cheating was not the minor sin. Gluttony? Is that a minor sin? Oh! It's glitched out! But that is one of the minor sins. Yeah, gluttony. Gluttony was one of the minor sins. Just this glitchy text here is funny. I like it. Overruma Yodes Pidabishonza. What's this about ablutions here? I guess that's everything. We've done everything at the moment that there is to do in this game, barring updates in the future. Well, it's the end of February. It's not even been a month since this game was released, so other updates could be available in the future. But as of the 26th of February 2024, that's it. And what about my thoughts on the game having completed it? Well, I would say that my favourite parts of the game are the fourth wall breaking, but I copped out a bit at the end. I definitely did, by taking the hint. And I'm glad those hints are there, because we could have been here for weeks. Although, like I said, I'm a bit disappointed in myself for not taking the time to think. But see, there I was thinking that was just another puzzle in the game, and there would be a lot more yet. I think I needed hints on about 2 of the puzzles, one of which I might have been told the answer to by the developer himself. But the one at the end there, it was pretty cool. It delivered on its promise of having real-life ICT skills, which, yeah, I guess this game is an ICT teletext simulator from 1995. Excellent. I don't think the clues are too obscure, and eventually I probably would have used the hint for the tarot, because even though it says use the scroll wheel to change certain values, I still couldn't think what to do with them. And which part of the game uses your microphone is another question I might posit, unless that's a bit of a red herring to lull people into a false sense of security. Speaking of which, my favourite part of the game is definitely when there's a knock on the wall, because you see this guy passed out at his keyboard, and then all of a sudden the thing crashes. I genuinely did think in part 3 that somebody was coming to get me. But that has happened to me before. Do you know sometimes when those YouTubers bang on the desk to let them know where to edit? Well, that frightened the hell out of me. I thought somebody was trying to get in through the back door. That was only a couple of months ago as well, goodness me. I literally shouted out, "Is somebody there?" Which is the same that I did when there were mice underneath my floorboards. I could hear them scratching. And I said, "Hello, is somebody there?" Well, it was 2 a.m. You've got to forgive me. You gotta believe me. But yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a separate video where I compile all of those thoughts into a more digestible chunk. Well, actually, maybe there will be more parts to this, because more content may be added in the future, yes.